What is up, all you vampires and vampiresses? Ugh, that was cringy. Welcome to a vampirific Halloween-centric episode of Metalology. Can we do the... we can't do the vampires?
We need like the little bats flying away. Should
All right.
cue that out.
I chose a wolf.
Cue song. All right, so today we are revisiting a 2002 classic. I don't know. We're gonna give our thoughts on the movie as we do these soundtracks. We're going to give our thoughts very quickly on the movie because I feel like, for example, the Freddy vs. Jason soundtrack, the soundtrack was better than the movie.
Yeah.
And I think this is one of the rare instances where like the soundtrack for this movie is way more popular and has such a significant impact on music in general.
Yeah. 100%.
Than the movie ever did. So this is a very interesting episode, guys. Today we are talking about Queen Akasha. We're talking about the Queen of the Damned soundtrack.
That's right.
Yes.
Before we get started, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. I'm your host, Anthony Esparza, and to the right of me is my co-host.
What's up, guys? It's Rudy.
Hell yeah.
And to the right of me is...
What's up, guys? This is Sandro.
And it's
Bam.
your boy, Baji.
The
a.k.a. Alberto. A.k.a. something.
The 10-time champion a day. The WBC. The WNBC. The world masturbating champion.
Okay.
Right here.
I was about to say, what does that stand for? Okay.
10 time a day.
Jesus.
Baji owns it. He wakes up in the morning ready for a fight, ready to go every morning. I got a question for you, Baji. This is a little personal, but we're gonna get into it. We're gonna stick on context with the show. We're gonna stay with the show.
With the show, yeah.
Have you ever pulled your pork to, and you know, God rest her soul, but I won't even say Aaliyah. I'll just say Queen Akasha. Have you ever, you know?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Do you still do?
Scratch that one off.
I haven't thought about it in a while. It's like random. It's random. Like, I don't know. It's just like if I'm in the mood for like
Dead people?
Dead
Would
people.
that be considered necrophilia?
a dark chick,
No.
I guess.
She is dead.
I mean, if you're jacking off to like, in all
know,
due
like a
respect,
like a dark
Jesus
chick,
Christ,
I
man.
guess. I don't know.
I am a huge Aaliyah fan, so I'm very offended. I think if you were to leave yourself to a picture of the corpse, then yes, I think it'd be like
No, but I'm
necrophilia.
saying, no, not the corpse,
corpse.
just like her in the movie.
Oh, what?
No,
Yeah.
no,
You would've
she's
considered it?
alive in the movie.
I
Yeah.
guess.
That is a living person captured on film.
Yeah, I don't know. Just
She just
Whenever-
happens to be dead.
whenever I'm in the mood for a female body like that, yeah, sure, why not?
ain't no female body like hers.
We actually have. I want to shout out our friend Bev, who I've always said like I will write if she never cosplays as Queen Akasha in her life. So I just want to shout out Bev. Bev did our merch for a while. I know that right now she's focusing on her nursing career, but yeah, I always said like if Bev does not do Queen Akasha, I'm gonna riot.
Yeah.
I think that's
she would
fair.
definitely do good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She would.
So let's go ahead and before we get into it, I just want to like know because like Halloween's upon us. We're a few weeks away from Halloween. I know that like things are ramping up with my family as far as like our plans go for the rest of the month. I just want to know from you guys. You know, I'm a dad, so like I do like kid shit for Halloween, but I want to know from like the adults. Like what are your guys? Maybe not you, Rudy. Maybe I already know yours, but
What do you mean, mine?
it has something to do with no clothes and some like guttural death metal.
Nah, dude, surprisingly, this year I ain't got no plans, dude.
Ooh, okay. Well, okay. Let's get into
No
it. Let's get into it.
plans.
Yeah.
What are the plans of the adults in the room for Halloween or Halloween time?
I feel like I already did what we kind of planned, which was go to Halloween Horror Nights.
Oh shit!
That was
yeah.
my big Halloween thing, honestly.
Yeah.
Besides that, shit, nothing's planned. Usually my sister has a Halloween party every year, but she just recently had a baby, so I don't think that's happening. I mean, she at least hasn't spoke about it, so
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be chilling, dude. Probably
Yeah.
stay home,
Nice,
watch scary
nice.
movies, get high. Same thing I do every Friday, anyways.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
There you go.
Just happens to fall in the season.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Jandro, any plans for Halloween?
Nothing specifically on that day, but I did make a conscious decision this month to kind of get in the mood, get in the seasonal thing. So I got Dead Space for the PS5, or the remake, right?
The remastered.
Yeah, remastered. I got that. I never played it before, but I heard it's like, well, it is confirmed a couple hours in already. It's like fucking Resident Evil, but in space. So it's pretty sick in that regard. And what else? No.
Did you get Silent Hill?
No, I want to. I almost said Silent Hill, but I meant Parasite Eve, which is PS1. Been
Oh
playing
yeah,
that.
I remember that one.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
That one I need a strategy guide, even because goddamn, dude.
Fucking nerds, dude.
I know.
Fucking nerds. They know, like, yeah, I'm going to go hit the bar every Friday night lead up to Halloween in costume. I'm going to go
I got it all
streaking, wearing a
planned out.
Jason mask and my dick hanging out.
Yeah.
Looking for some candy. I got fucking video games and movies.
Yeah, hey, that's how you party when you're 30, dude.
God,
Fucking-
dude.
And plus, I'm not drinking right now, too. That's also
Oh.
yeah, I've been
Makes
taking a break
sense.
from drinking.
Makes sense.
I can't wait to bust out fucking Exorcist on 4K
There you go.
and watch that. I feel like that's...
Ooh.
And Texas.
Yeah,
I
I got a
like-
costume too, dude. But
did?
like, unless like someone says, "Oh, there's a party," I'm not dressing up.
Mm.
But I'm ready to dress up.
Ready to
so.
go?
Makes sense.
There you go.
You don't
Nice.
plan on going to a party, but just in case.
Yeah, if I get invited, I'm going.
Gotcha.
Leatherface.
All right. Baji, any plans for Halloween?
No, honestly, just if I work, I work. If I don't work, I'll probably just stay home and drink beer. I don't
Nice.
plan. I don't really plan on going out.
So I'm pretty much the most active.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have the best Halloween because you're
Yeah.
gonna get some candy, dude.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Every year since my son's, well, at least for the last 6-7 years, Halloween has been a blast. It's always fun. It's like when you were a kid again. Like, it's all fun. Like, we're going to the pumpkin patch this coming week.
Oh, nice.
Getting my son's costume, getting my wife's costume. Trick or treating. That's always fun. Get my steps in and get the candies, and then we always get something to eat afterwards. Go home, watch a scary movie. What we do right now is we're watching a scary movie every night.
Oh,
Leading up to Halloween. So we're kind of like showing my son, like, I think we watched Poltergeist. We watched the new Salem's Lot that just came out on Max.
Oh, okay. I remember you said
Nice,
something about that.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was good. It was good.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't great. Like, it's not,
Mm-hmm.
a great movie, but it's a lot of fun. It's a nice, fun, like, Saturday night movie. Like, nothing
Nice.
special, but,
That's good.
It's cool.
So, out of the movie so far, which one has Corey like been scared of the most, or if he's
the
been
fucking none.
none?
None. We showed him, like, I think because we're not getting into, like, the psychological shit yet, or to the serial killers, like the slashers.
Yeah.
Not too much. A lot of it has been like ghosts and aliens and like paranormal shit. Fucking nothing. Nothing scared. Nothing scares him. It's fucking hilarious. Because when I was his age, I was a weenie. Like, I was like, no, I don't want to watch that.
No alien.
scary.
No.
Aliens were my fucking. That was my phobia.
Yeah.
What?
Aliens used to freak me the fuck out. Like the whole like home footage, like the videos of like, oh, is that a UFO right there?
Oh, okay. You're talking about like, just the
yeah.
extraterrestrials. I thought you were talking
Yeah.
about the Alien franchise. I thought those things looked fucking.
Oh no, I
awesome,
love those.
dude.
No, those were cool.
But yeah, aliens were like creepy. I remember.
Yeah, it's because I had a dream when I was like, I don't know, I was like 6 or 7 years old. I was laying in bed, and at my dad's house, it overlooked like there's. You guys have been at my dad's house. There's a canyon,
Yep.
overlooks all of San Diego, and fucking. It was always cool during the day. At night, it was scary as shit, especially if you're afraid of aliens. Because like, if aliens are gonna abduct me, I'm the fucking kid they're gonna abduct because I am literally right off the fucking canyon. I am easy to import. I'm easy to take up into the ship. No one's gonna fucking see it, and I'm fucked. So one night I did. I remember I was in bed and I just like opened my eyes. And I'm looking at the ceiling and I just see like all these like gray alien faces just like coming towards me. Oh my god, dude! I fucking pissed my bed. I ran out of the fucking. It was definitely like the scariest dream I've ever had. I had that dream, and then I had one dream when I was a little younger where I was at home watching TV. My mom was in her room watching her show, and Gino was in my room. My little brother Gino was in our room playing toys, and I'm just in the living room watching TV, and I hear my mom say Anthony, and I go to her room and she's not there, and I go to Gino's room like, Gino, did you hear Mom? And then he's not there. And I hear like a whisper. I forget what it said. And I go to the bathroom, and there's an alien sitting in my tub, just staring at me. and I fucking screamed and I ran to the living room and I turn around and the alien is like coming towards me, but its feet are like this high off the fucking ground and it's just like floating towards me, and oh my god, dude, like those two dreams have stuck with me my entire life. Like I watch all the extraterrestrial documentaries and
I love those.
I listen to all the conspiracy theory podcasts. So
Were they green or gray?
gray.
Yeah.
Green aliens don't scare me. The gray
Yeah, the
aliens.
gray ones. I was gonna say the gray ones are the ones that are like fucking weird, dude.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
they're gonna probe you type of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that.
So we'll leave the alien talk for another episode. I know that there's a whole conversation we can get into with that. But we are here to talk about what I would consider an alien amongst its industry,
Yeah.
a soundtrack that is actually probably more popular, and I would argue is popular, more popular than the movie. And has always been. It's been that way since the movie came out. So before we get into the soundtrack, just real quick thoughts on the movie Queen of the Damned. I'm talking about Queen of the Damned, came out in 2002, starring Aaliyah, the great Aaliyah, and Stuart Townsend, who's also in the lead of Extraordinary Gentlemen, playing Lestat, taking over from Tom Cruise, which how do you take over from Tom Cruise? And I feel like he did a great job for what he was given. But yeah, overall thoughts on Queen of the Damned. We will start with Hondro.
I haven't seen the movie since it came out, man, but shit, I don't remember liking it, that's for sure.
What do you mean you haven't seen it?
I haven't seen it since it came out, dude. 2002. So
So you're telling me in all those years from 2002 to now, you've never just like, hey, Queen of the Damned is on TV, bro? There were times where I was just sitting in my room and Queen of the Damned was just on the TV.
Well, he's not looking to
never-
masturbate to the movie, dude.
No, it's just on there. It's like I just turned the channel and boom, it was a commercial. And then boom.
No, I feel you. Yeah, that's happened a lot. But usually I just switch it. I feel like I pass it.
yeah, I definitely did not feel. I don't remember, but I don't think I liked it. I liked hearing Jonathan's voice and seeing the Jonathan Davis cameo, but that's all I remember, dude. That's the only thing I remember.
Yeah. All right, Baji, thoughts on Queen of the Damned?
I haven't seen it in a while, but I liked it. I thought it was a cool movie. Like, I liked the effects, the all the stuff they did to it. The music, especially, fucking. Once I started listening to Korn and Disturbed and all that, then I was like, oh shit, these guys are on the music for the movie.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, that's fucking awesome. So I liked it. It was a good movie.
Gotcha.
Good time.
Rudy.
So I remember that movie came out like when we were in high school, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, we were in middle school. You and me were in middle school. Yeah.
Okay, middle school.
Oh, too, yeah.
Yeah, well, I remember seeing it a lot around middle school, like maybe freshman year. Sarah Spooner used to play it like almost every single time we went over to her house. So that's all I really remember of it, dude. I feel like I got burnt out on that movie because I've seen it so many times.
Yeah.
And I literally haven't seen it since then. But it was a good movie for its time, I remember.
Okay.
I do see it come on the TV all the time, but I don't stick around and watch. I usually just watch something else.
Yeah. So I never liked it. I liked the first, maybe like when he's forming the band. I thought that was pretty cool. And then anything when Aaliyah's on screen, I love Queen Akasha, one of my favorite characters ever. I love the whole Egyptian vibe and everything. It's a very fresh take on like a vampire.
Yeah.
And just like how she moves and how they made the music kind of move with her. I think Richard Gibbs, who did the music, described that how him and Jonathan came up with that violin sound was very much like they were trying to match the flow of movement that Aaliyah was doing. So they try to give it like that. It's like a snake-like kind of violin-esque, like the melody kind of twists and turns a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never liked the movie. I thought the movie was not great. But it's also not. It's not really the filmmaker's fault. Aaliyah died while they were making that movie, so they had to cut a lot of her shit out. Like, there was a ton of the story that was cut out, and they had to really squish the whole movie together. So there's a lot of stuff that just feels really rushed. The climax of the movie is terrible. It's just we're here to kill you, Akasha. And then Akasha's like, well, fuck you, come for me. And then they all just bite her, and then she dies. It happened. It's 2 minutes, and that's it.
Damn.
Just things like that. It's they really made the movie a lot shorter and took out a lot of story elements. So, never liked the movie. Soundtrack, however, is a different story.
Yeah.
So
Indeed
I'm going to read a quick excerpt from Wikipedia talking about the soundtrack to give our listeners context. Maybe you guys might learn a little something too. Once my phone unlocks.
I don't know.
a little something about the history of the. Oh, fuck you guys! I'm trying to be bright here. I'm trying to bring
Dude,
energy.
we're supposed to be like
No, that's not bad.
moody
You
and
just
spooky.
missed what he did.
What did you do? What did you do?
He
Nothing.
was deep throating his mic again.
Again.
I was like, why?
Just
Um,
out of boredom.
I can see on camera if you're touching your belly button while you talk to me, so I don't have to look directly. I can look over there. No, don't do that. All right, so this is from the Queen of the Damned, music from the motion picture Wikipedia page. Queen of the Damned is the official soundtrack for the 2002 vampire film Queen of the Damned, based on the Anne Rice novel of the same name. It was released on February 19th, 2002 via Warner Brothers Music Group and was produced by Richard Gibbs and Jonathan Davis of American nu metal band Korn. Frank Fitzpatrick and Richard Dixon served as the music supervisors for the film. A little bit on the history of the album. The original motion picture soundtrack for the film was Jonathan Davis's first musical project outside of his band Korn. Originally, he was supposed to perform vocals on the soundtrack, but due to limitations in his record label contract with Sony, prohibiting his voice to appear on disc, he could not. Jeff Scott Soto was subsequently hired to do the vocal work, but didn't make the final cut either. Instead, 5 of John's friends from other bands were chosen, including Wayne Static of Static X, David Draiman of Disturbed, Chester Bennington of Linkin Park, Marilyn Manson, and Jay Gordon of Orgy. Head and Monkey from Korn, Sam Rivers of Limp Bizkit, El Shankar, Vinny Colaiuta, and Terry Bozzeo rounded out the studio musicians. So there's a lot.
So many, dude.
There's a lot of nu metal DNA, and when we talk about nu metal DNA for this soundtrack, we're not necessarily talking about like the cringy nu metal third generation. We're talking about OGs here. We're talking about the pioneers of the genre, the guys who meant a lot to the scene and whose names continue to be relevant in today's music scene. So it's pretty cool. This is such like a stamp of time. This is such like it's an interesting work of art.
Yeah.
That I think goes beyond a soundtrack because it is really a collaboration between like a music composer, the best vocalist and probably musician of the nu metal age, on top of like the best vocalist, frontmen, musicians of that time period. Like I would argue Sam Rivers from Limp Bizkit is the best bass player of the nu metal generation, you know. And you have Head and Monkey from Korn to add those vibes as well.
I was surprised you said Terry Bozzeo?
Terry Bozzeo.
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
Who would end up playing on, I don't know if it's See You on the Other Side or the Untitled album?
It was the Korn Untitled album.
Untitled.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So that's probably how you got to know him and be like, hey, this guy can fucking get down.
What band was Terry Bozzeo from, too? He was from a famous, because I think he's a prog drummer. He's a very intricate, I got to take this lock off my phone.
Yeah, I don't remember what he's from.
Frank Zappa. He was Frank Zappa's drummer.
Oh, shit.
God, he's older,
There
too.
you
He's
go.
73 right now. So he was 50 by the time they were working on this, which is...
That's crazy. That's sick.
All right, so we are going to get into the soundtrack. We are specifically today talking about the song contributions that Jonathan Davis and Richard Gibbs did for the soundtrack, among a couple other little standouts that we felt were more appropriate to add to the episode. So the first song we are going to be talking about is Not Meant For Me by Jonathan Davis, Richard Gibbs. The original vocals performed by Jonathan Davis. This track was performed by Wayne Static.
I love this song.
Such a good song.
Also, Jonathan performed a lot of the drums on this album, too.
You think you're smart. You're not. It's plain to see that you want me to fall off. It's killing me. Let's see. You've got the gall. Come take it all. The jury is coming. Coming to tear me apart. All this bitching and moaning.
Come on, Alejandro.
Come on, it's on. I'm trapped in this world, lonely and fading, heartbroken, waiting for you to come. We
song.
Not Meant For Me. Thoughts on Not Meant For Me? We will start with Baji.
Fuck, I love this song. It's just like sometimes I just don't know which version I prefer, Jonathan or the Wayne.
Dude, for real.
Because like sometimes
Yeah,
I'm just
I
like,
love both of it.
like sometimes like I'm in the mood. I'm like I hear Jonathan's voice. I'm like, oh, this is perfect. But then I hear Wayne's voice, and sometimes I'm like, this is so good too. So I'm just like, but no, I still fucking love the song. I love the flow of it. I just love how it feels.
Yeah.
And, you know, goes well with the movie.
Gotcha.
I think this is one of the songs in the movie.
Yeah, I
right?
think all the songs were performed in the movie. All 5 of them
Right,
were
yeah.
performed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, fucking definitely a good one.
I remember the DVD had the music videos, like the actual music videos used in the movie that they produced.
Mm-hmm.
It's so fucking sick. I mean, they're all the same concept, but it's
Yeah.
fucking cool as shit.
That's pretty sick.
Hondro, thoughts on Not Meant For Me? I see you over there rocking, getting
Dude.
down.
I can't decide, like Baji said, the JD version or Wayne Static, but I like them both. I love how fucking creepy and moody and just evil fucking it sounds. I remember fucking just having this song on shuffle. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just in love with like just what's more going on with the instruments than
Yeah.
anything else. For sure, you know, the like that deep fucking growl, fucking hum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. I'll go and then Rudy, because I have a thought on this one. I think if you go back to 2002, there's not a lot of electronics being used in nu metal. Like, there's not a lot of electronic, unless you were industrial.
Mm-hmm.
There was not a lot of electronics being used in metal. Period. Like, as far as like in the like outside of intros and outros and like bridges, like actual like electronics with synths and choirs and string compositions and like this. There's so much going on here that's not just guitar, you know, and
sure.
like violins and cellos and shit. So I think that this also had a huge impact on where metal actually went. This was like one of the first big like, this sounds like a movie. Like this sounds like cinema, but it's metal at the same time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if I was to go like, which one do I prefer, Wayne's or Jonathan's? I actually prefer Wayne's a little more on this song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just say there's no real reason. It's the version obviously I've listened to the most.
Right.
You know. But yeah. Rudy, thoughts on Not Meant For Me?
I like the song a lot, dude. I like how it's really dark and
Mhm.
like creepy, evil type of sound, eerie.
Yeah.
But I would say I definitely prefer Jonathan Davis's.
Mhm.
That's just I love Jonathan's voice though, so I'm kind of biased on that.
Mhm.
But yeah, and like how you're saying, it sounds like a cinema, like movie, like it's cool, dude.
Yeah.
I love all the electronic like synthesizers that they add into it.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed. Also put this out there. This is more for like Static X fans. At this time, Wayne wasn't really known for singing, because he does a lot of singing on this song.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of cleans. There's some raspiness, but it's mainly cleans. It's not ribbit, you know. So I think that was also cool about the soundtrack. It kind of opened up the
Just
Static.
hearing him hold a note, you're like, oh shit, all right.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you can sing a little bit. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, I see you,
This-
Wayne. I see you.
This is like pre-Shadow Zone.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
So
Okay.
this is like almost like a precursor of what's vocally speaking of where he went after this.
I would argue that this album definitely played a big role on what Wayne wanted to do with Shadow Zone. There's a lot of like, what's
Production
here and
wise and layering and just I can see
Yeah.
that.
All right, we're gonna move into the next song, which was also the single off the album. This is performed by David Draiman. This is Forsaken. Those low choirs. These drums were also Jonathan.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was Jonathan drums.
I'm over it. You see, I'm falling in a vast abyss, clouded by memories of the past. At last, I see. I hear it fading. I can't speak it, or else you will dig my grave. am finding, always whining. Take my hand now, be alive. You see, I cannot be forsaken, because I'm not the only one. We walk amongst you, feeding, raping. Must we hide
The end of the song.
That fucking.
Look at the end. Gets sick.
because I'm not the only one. We walk
I just want to hear it.
amongst you,
It's so jarring, but it works.
must we hide from everyone?
Well, it's,
That's fucking high, dude.
I still do that. All right. Anyways, so Forsaken.
Wait, that was vocals right there?
Yeah, that was vocals.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was violin or something.
It sounds like there's a lot of that on
A
the
lot of
song.
processing for sure.
Where you think that something's violin, and then you hear like a tail, you're like, oh no, that's that's someone singing,
Damn.
but that's a guitar line. There's a lot of that on this album.
That is true.
Why was the violin such a huge part of this soundtrack? Because the violin is the instrument of the devil. So vampires were seen as the children of Satan, like they're
True.
abominations. So, all right. Anyways,
Dracula.
thoughts on Forsaken. We're gonna start with Baji.
Forsaken.
Fucking love this song. Like, I don't know. I think it's a good song. I like David's take on it. I don't really remember if there was a JD version
Yes.
of it. There was, right?
Yeah, it's in the movie.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
This one in particular, I do prefer David over JD.
Yeah,
I was gonna say that. Yeah.
On this one particular, I do prefer David over JD.
Yeah.
But I mean, still great song. Fucking, I like the dark vibes it has.
Mhm.
I think that's just a common concept with this soundtrack. Is just it's a dark soundtrack
Yeah.
for a dark movie.
Yeah,
So I like it. It's a good song.
gotcha. Hundi.
Correction. I thought you said Davis, but I
Davis.
think I prefer Davis version over David. Me personally, I don't know. I think it just fits like the going from loud to quiet kind of dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, great song. Fucking creepy as fuck. I mean, like, if you listen to the lyrics and you feel the song, it's like, yeah, if a vampire really was like a fucking artist and like projecting and talking about the stuff he is, because the lyrics are like telling of that, you know, of just fucking pillaging people and raping them and like, you know,
Jesus.
I don't know. I'm trying to listen to the lyrics, but I feel like this would be the song. They really thought about, like, you know, yeah. If he was singing these lyrics, what kind of band would be backing up fucking Dracula? You know what I mean? And I think this is another good example of that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mucho bueno.
Rudy, thoughts on Forsaken?
I feel like this song is like when I hear the song, I think of the movie instantly.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the single of the movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. So I mean, every single time I heard the song, it's like, oh, that movie, you know.
Yeah.
And I definitely do prefer Jonathan Davis's version. I mean, I'm just, like I said, biased on this.
Yeah.
I'm always gonna
I
say
feel
Jonathan
you.
Davis because I love that fool's voice.
Like I feel you. Like both versions sound good.
Yeah, no, they're both good,
Like
yeah.
they're both good. It's just I don't know. Like I think for this song specifically, I think Dave. Fuck.
David.
David.
I don't know why I fucking want to say David.
Tongue
David.
twister.
Yeah.
Davis or David?
David just. I don't know. It sounds better with him on
And
this one.
in the beginning, there was violin, right? Or no?
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love
it's violin.
the violin in some of these tracks, dude. It's amazing.
Yeah, for me, Forsaken is it's probably the best track on the album for me. It's
Yeah.
the most memorable. It is like when I think of like the Welcome to the Jungle or the Master of Puppets of the album. This is the song. This is the figurehead. I do prefer David's voice over. And granted, this is the last or not the last song. I think I like well, we'll get to that. But David's voice I prefer on this song because I feel like David it lends like a gravitas. He adds there's like a grandeur performance coming from him. Like it just sounds so huge when he's singing it. Where John's sounds more. It sounds like a Korn song.
Yeah,
which is perfect. Korn's my number one favorite band of all time. Anything with Korn, I love Korn. But I think for this song, for the cinematic vibe and what they're going for, David's voice fits. I wouldn't say so much more. It just fits a little more.
Yeah.
You know, I do think that what he does add, he does come from a background. He is, I believe, he's an immigrant from Israel. I think. So he lends like a Middle Eastern vibe to his voice. I know everybody thinks of David, they think of a white dude. He's not white. Like he's not as far as like a white guy. Like he has a Middle Eastern background. So that's why like the earlier Disturbed stuff, especially on Believe, there is some of that influence on there. It's more kind of in the background, and it does show up a little bit on this song too. But I do appreciate Jonathan's songwriting approach on this song. I do love everything that's going on because I think Jonathan played the violin. Jonathan, he's a multi-instrumentalist. And I believe he played the violins on this song. I don't know if the whole soundtrack, but definitely on this song, I believe he did play the violins on. Yeah, I love this song. And I think that adding the tribal drums in the background ends to a more primal background. Like, it kind of takes it back. Like, this is how long vampires have been around. It's also musically telling a story where you're going from, like, the hip-hop kind of beat in the beginning, then you move into, like, more of a rock pre-chorus, and then you have the tribal drums. You kind of go through all these, like, different eras of music, and it kind of adds a history to the song. I think I'm just thinking too much about it, but I think that when you think about it musically in a way like that, all the synths and choirs, and then later on the song you have the violins, more primal instruments. I think it's just a pretty cool way of looking at the song.
Yeah.
So
Music tells the story.
yeah. All right, so we're gonna go into the next track. The next one is "System," originally performed by Jonathan Davis. This was performed by the late great Chester Bennington. Also, bass on this song was performed by Sam Rivers from Limp Bizkit. So just want to throw that out there too.
Nice.
Oh yeah, this song.
Oh, this is where she's dancing, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. How do you do it, Baji? How do you do it?
Immediate.
You fell away. What more can I say? The feelings evolved. I won't let it out. I can't replace your screaming face. Feeling the sickness inside. Why won't you die? Your blood in mine will be.
You just hear the drums. Yeah.
Your body will be mine.
I'm gonna fast forward to the bridge because that's like my favorite part.
Oh yeah,
I just love the music notes, the choices.
Will be
I think Monkey and Head were on the song too.
Why is everything so fucking hard for me? Keep me
Such
down
a
to watch
Born moment.
Yeah.
Why does everything keep happening to me?
So, thoughts on System? We will start with Baji.
Fuck, I love this. This is my favorite song off that whole soundtrack. But for this song, not that I don't think Chester does the song bad, but I like 100% always want to listen to the JD version. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, his version it adds something to
The
it.
way he screams, dude.
Yeah, it makes it feel much more.
I know what it is.
More emotion.
I know it is. Where this is just the performance vibe I get from it.
Yeah.
Where Chester's because each performance there's some context behind the performance. I feel like Chester's performance is more like Poor Me, like, which is fine. It works for the song. Like, Why Won't You Die, where Jonathan's is like literally like you're trying to kill something. Like, why won't you fucking die?
Mm-hmm.
It's more aggressive. It's more frustrated.
Yes.
Where
exactly.
Chester's is more like, in a way, kind of like victimized.
Yeah.
I think it's like that's a cool thing about the two performances.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, yeah, definitely. But I mean, either way, like both versions, I like the song.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a good song. That bass intro, just fucking amazing. Just then the bridge, just like I know when JD gets into it, he gets into it. And it's just it feels so much more.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this song, great song.
Okay. Handro, thoughts on System?
It's a sick song. I almost like the Chester version a little more, but that bridge definitely, I feel like JD fits that better. Yeah, it's just like it's obviously made by him, but made by him for him. It's a great fucking track, and unfortunately, it's just Chester's not with us, but it's always good to hear his voice. I'm liking how in the verse, I just noticed it right now that I can hear like a fucking two vocal tracks going at the same time.
No, they did some good layering on this song too. The vocals at least, because there's the main vocal, then there's like little edits they do here.
The main vocals are like kind of quiet, and then like the background ones are like he's like more higher pitch and shit, like louder. I don't know, it's sick.
There's also there's a harmony going on. They show it more in the movie when there's an isolated track where Lestat is kind of showing off to somebody who's trying to start a band with. You really hear it there, but it's a 3. There's a 3 octave track, low, mid, high. Yeah. The mid is obviously like the front center, and then you have the low and the high in the back. But what makes it so weird and sinister is that they all have different reverb levels. That's why it doesn't sound like a normal like double. Yeah. Because normal doubles, you add the same delays and the same reverbs to those tracks. But the reverb effects are so different. Like the high ones, the high tracks, the reverb is just like cranked all the way to 100. And then the lows is slightly there, so you hear it. And the mids, they add, I think it's at like 60-70%. It's very interesting the way that they produce the vocals for this album.
Yeah, it just feels like in my headphones at least, like each vocal has its spot. Like, you're right here. This main one's right here. The background's like right there. It's cool. Production is awesome.
Yeah. Rudy, thoughts on System?
From this album, this is definitely my favorite track.
Gotcha.
Most memorable, and it was part of the most memorable, like part of the movie for me at least, when she was dancing, dude. Yeah. So, I like it.
Gotcha. For me, this was the song. I mean, I think that's any point in my life I've identified with every song. This is the one that's always kind of been. This is like the song on the album for me. It's the same thing. I identify really a lot with the lyrics, the music. I love that it's a mishmash of Limp Bizkit and Korn with a gothic vibe. It's like, we're gonna get Korn and Limp Bizkit together, and we're gonna add some gothic sauce on it. And you guys are writing a song for Queen Akasha to dance to. It's such like a very interesting concept. I absolutely love that because I'm a big fan of both bands. I do, even though I like this version, and I like Chester's voice, I think Jonathan's voice fits the song way more. I love 100%. Jonathan's voice on this song. I just think like the anger comes out more, the frustration. I don't know. I think it just fits the character of Lestat, because Lestat is not somebody who, he's not a victim. He's not somebody who like, poor me, why me. He's literally doing this shit to antagonize the other vampires. He's going to war with them. So I think Jonathan's voice fits this song so much more.
Yeah,
very true.
All right, we're gonna move into the next song. Unfortunately, Redeemer, which is performed by Marilyn Manson, is no longer on the Spotify soundtrack.
Wonder why.
So
copyright shit, I would imagine.
Probably some copyright stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and we're going to go into "Slept So Long." This is featuring Jay Gordon of Orgy.
I love it.
God, I love that.
I love when the guitars kick in.
I love the concert scene for this part.
Oh yeah, that was so good.
That's always been my thing. You have not made it until you performed a Lestat concert in the desert.
Right. I need to rewatch that.
Very true. I love this part when the guitars come in.
Walking, waiting, alone without a care, hoping and hating the things that I can't bear. Did you think it's cool to walk right up to take my life and forget it? Well, did you? Well, did you?
So I'm gonna start this one off. So there was a video I watched a while ago analyzing the lyrics for this song. There's obviously like they wrote it for the movie, so there are some specific instances for the movie.
Yeah.
But one of the analyzations that the video, I forget what channel it was, but he said, one, if you're a huge Korn fan, you know that Jonathan did not write songs about heartache and breakups and all that until Korn's later career, until like See You on the Other Side. So everything before that, there wasn't a lot of like ex-girlfriend, fuck you, bitch, you know, none of that.
Yeah.
So a lot of this was Jonathan's answer to that. He wanted to create like this heartbroken, tragic, romantical. I gotta stop watching that meme. I'm feeling romantical. A very romantic vibe to his lyrics, and that I see hell in your eyes, taking it by surprise. Touching you makes me feel alive. Touching you makes me die inside. That Jonathan is essentially referring to this woman, this creature, this thing that he knows he should have never, encountered. He should have never taken a chance, or he should never, whatever you want to say. But he's comparing that person to the forbidden fruit. Because I see hell in your eyes, take it in by surprise. Whenever you encounter situations like that, you never had your guard up. You're always at a very vulnerable point in your life. The reason why touching you makes you feel alive is because you're doing something you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to be with that person. You're not supposed to whatever. And then touching you makes me die inside. You're out of God's grace. So it was like this whole video just going into it. I just thought it was really interesting. I'm not saying that's what it was. I just watched a video on it recently. Going into this episode, I just kind of wanted to bring that out. I don't like Jay Gordon's voice on this song. I'm not a big Orgy fan. I like Blue Monday. That's about it. I think where Wayne, David, Manson, and Chester were like, we're gonna do our thing. You're gonna have us we're gonna do our shit. Jay is like, I'm gonna try and sound like Jonathan. And he's trying to imitate Jonathan so much on this song. This song I 100% love Jonathan's version.
Oh no,
more.
yeah, definitely.
100%.
Yeah. So that's
just
yeah.
made for him to like. I don't know.
Yeah.
Those notes that he was hitting, I forgot the lyrics, but like, fuck me up, or like, I can't wait for you to fuck me up, or whatever he says in the pre-chorus.
Fuck.
Well, that part where
fuck
he's like,
it up. What did you?
yeah. It just sounds like like you're definitely trying to mimic stuff, and
I feel that.
like your breath in between like the words are like, I don't know. Just give it to Jonathan.
Yeah.
Just give
No,
it
yeah,
to him.
definitely.
Yeah, I'm like, could have got somebody else.
Yeah, I like Orgy. I like, maybe like 10 of their songs, but yeah, I don't think this was it.
There is a rumor on the internet that there is a demo of this song lying around with Surge's voice on it.
Really?
There is a Surge version of this song somewhere online that nobody can find.
I
It's never ending
don't
hunt.
think it would sound good if I had to
Surge?
be honest.
Probably not.
I don't know.
I don't think Serge is a really good vocalist. I think that what he does in
he's
System
a great
works.
vocalist.
I don't. I think Darren's a much better vocalist.
You think Darren is a more better vocalist?
That's what the
I'm
motherfucker sounds
surprised.
like to me. That's what Serge sounds like to me. Like
What does Darren sound like?
Yeah,
a lot better.
I think Darren sounds
He's
more
on fucking pitch.
I'd rather hear Serge more than Darren.
I don't know, man. Anyways, but that's for a System of a Down.
Yeah.
I like Surge in System,
Right.
but there's a reason why my favorite System of a Down record has basically Darren's voice all over it.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
But anyways, well, that's a whole conversation for another day.
not.
Baji, thoughts on Slept So Long?
I love the music. I love like how it all just came about. I do prefer JD's voice over Gordon's, but other than that, I really like the song. I think this song was on my songs to bang to list.
Oh, that's why.
I think it was. I'm not too sure. It's either this one or Forsaken. No, no, I forget which one. But it's one of. It's like one of two songs.
Come here, baby.
But yeah,
You're
good
gonna
song.
sleep so long tonight. You're gonna wake up, make me some breakfast. Alex, thoughts on Slept So Long? I know you kind of already said a little bit.
Yeah, I just think that it's a good song, but it's probably like the weakest one out of all of them. But I can definitely see why, you want to like do your thing and have the song in the background, and that makes 100 sense. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, but
It's an okay track.
But it has to be David. I mean,
it has to be Jonathan Davis.
It has to be Jonathan's version.
100%.
It can't be this one. It has to be
Can't be
Jonathan's
this
version.
one.
Okay.
Gotta hear Jonathan in my head, like.
Jonathan. I can't.
Fuck it. Are you ready?
I'm done. We all sound like a bunch of Jonathan fanboys right now, dude. but yeah,
Go ahead, dude.
me I don't like this version, to be honest with you, dude. I prefer Jonathan's by 100%. But this song is very emotional, very dark.
Mhm.
Probably the most emotional one out of all of them, I would say.
Mhm.
And that's why I like it a lot, but not this version. It's
Yeah.
not for me.
I hear you. All right. So we're gonna move from Slept So Long into two tracks featuring two other bands. Both songs were featured in the movie. One song I believe was written for the movie, and then the other song was featured at the end credits. So we're gonna get into those two right now. The first one, we recently did a Static X episode not too long ago.
We did.
Wayne was already featured at the top of this episode, but we're gonna talk about "Cold" by Static X, which I believe the song was written for the movie. The music video was made for the movie.
Yeah.
It's Wayne fighting vampires, basically.
Yeah.
Which was, I thought it was
And
a
then
sick
becoming
video.
a vampire?
I think he became a vampire at the end.
Yeah.
I
Ah.
thought it was a sick
He is a
fucking video.
vampire.
He is,
Blade.
dude. With his hair and the fangs. Like,
Uh-huh.
dude, that's sick.
Yeah.
Mhm.
See Tony with the fangs. It was like this little motherfucker,
Aw.
dude.
So cute.
Orderly. Orderly, wait. Open the window.
So yeah, so this song almost made it onto your Static X playlist. for
Almost did, dude.
Almost did.
It was hard not to put this one, but it's like almost felt like, oh well, not like it was typical. Like you think of Machine, you think of like Cold, but yeah, I didn't put it in there, but doesn't mean that it's not a fucking great track.
Mhm.
It's
Gotcha.
fucking awesome,
Now it's a
and the
different
lyrics are
mix,
sick.
if I'm
Yeah.
correct.
It is the Deep Freeze mix. What in the fuck?
Right?
Yeah, it's a weird one.
Okay, we're gonna check this out. It says Radio Mix, aka Deep Freeze Mix. So
Huh.
we're gonna check it out. All right, here it is. Cold.
Guitar sound way different.
No layering to his vocals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on.
This
I'm gonna.
version sucks.
Yeah, this version's not great. Give me 1 second. I'm opening Machine right now.
He's gonna, yeah.
There it is. Got it.
We need to.
There we go.
Tony Campos doing some bass.
A little longer.
Right?
A little longer.
Soy vampiro.
All right, so cold.
So, like, I feel, I know you guys said this earlier for one of the other songs, but like, I feel like, so this is like the album. The other version feels like it's like like it was made like it's like just it was like
Sounds like a demo version, honestly.
like a demo, or it's like made. Oh no, it's like this is just for the movie. Like it's like
Yeah, so
It's
movie
its own
songs featured in movies usually have different mixes.
yeah.
They don't just grab like that's where they hire like a music supervisor.
Yeah.
A lot of times they'll be like, oh, if we want to use this corn song, but we just can't add the song to the movie. We need to have a mix ready for it because it has to adjust to the speakers and all that
Exactly,
shit.
yeah.
They have to put it in the mix of the movie, and there's dialogue. And there's so much that goes into it. So a lot of times they change the mixes of songs in movies. Sometimes they will release them. I don't remember that version being on the soundtrack at all. I just remember Cold Static X. So I will say that definitely that version was not included. I think some dipshit on the internet added that to the Spotify playlist, but that was not on the original soundtrack.
Yeah, like it's
This version was.
thicker.
Yeah.
But I mean, still good.
I was like, deep freeze, you must get fired for sure. Baji, thoughts on Cold?
Oh, I mean the regular version I fucking love. Fucking love that song. Fucking love Wayne's voice on it. Just everything about it just feels dark.
Yeah.
And I think just for like what the soundtrack and the movie were going for, it like matches perfectly.
Gotcha. Cool.
But so this was this song. You said it was specifically written for the movie.
I believe it was specifically written for the movie.
So did
Or no, I'm wrong. Machine came out in 01. Okay,
Yeah.
so this song came out before.
Oh, okay, because I was gonna ask if like JD had any like input in as far as you know.
No, I think what happened is because Static X is under Warner Brothers, that the whoever was the music supervisor for this for the soundtrack probably was like, hey, that Static X song will work well here because that motherfucker's about vampires. Like Cold is about vampires. It's about vampires. Let's get that song and bring it here. We're putting together a new metal soundtrack that is a new metal song about vampires. Let's throw it on here. And when they did that, they were like, oh, this song is actually pretty cool. We should add it as a single to the soundtrack and put a music video out promoting the movie.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it was too long before the movie, because the movie came out in 02. So
yeah.
Okay.
it wasn't too long before the movie.
All right, but I mean, either way, great song. Fucking, I always love hearing the song.
All right. Hundro, thoughts on Cold? You're so cold.
So cold.
Tengo
mucho frío. It's Mexican version.
pendejo.
I'm full of pendejos in this room. Yeah, it was made for this fucking soundtrack. And also Machine, also kind of like, not that it has similarities to Queen of the Damned, but there's definitely like a mood to it that like it just fucking clicks. Like Machine and then going into like Queen of the Damned. I don't know. I see something in there. But yeah, other than that, I love the song. The lyrics are fucking great. You know, ain't much going on in the guitars.
Nope.
You know, it's just zeros.
It's not challenging at all.
Not challenging at all.
It's not a challenging song whatsoever. I'm glad you like it, though.
I
Glad
do.
you like it.
Thank you.
Rudy, thoughts on Cold?
I like it. It's a good song. The music video was awesome too. I remember it right now that you guys were talking about it. The thing that stands out the most for me in the song is the keyboard, no?
Yeah,
The ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
And I don't know, for some reason the song, whenever I hear it, makes me think of Hot Topic. I don't know why or what, but I think they might have played it there a lot back in the day.
This soundtrack was definitely on rotation.
Yeah,
For
It was
sure.
definitely on rotation on Hot Topic.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. Yes.
But that's a good song.
Yeah. All right. We're going to get into the last song on this Queen of the Damned playlist. This song is appropriate because it was featured in the movie at the end of the movie as Lestat and our female protagonists begin to walk away to enjoy their future vampirific lives together. This is by the band nobody's ever heard of, Kidney Thieves. This is the song Before I'm Dead. Everybody starts to blur. And you just start walking.
Moon hangs around the blade of my hair, reminds me what to do before I'm dead. Night consumes light, and all I dread reminds me what to do before I'm dead. Sun reclines, heats my mind, reminds me what to leave behind. Light eats night, and all I never said reminds me what to do before I'm to see you.
End credits. It's one of the saddest. All right, that's done.
I guess I'll start off. I actually like this song a lot. Like
Yeah.
this, like I haven't looked into the vocalist, but I do like her vocals.
Yeah.
Like I did check these guys out once, and I was just like, they seem alright.
This is the one good song.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it was like this is like the one good song. But I mean, this was years ago.
Yeah.
You know, my opinion might change, but you know, but no, I like this song. I like the vocals. Like I didn't even remember it was at the end credits till you told me. But yeah, no, this is like for me, at least for me, this is like one of the songs that stands out. This one and what's that other band? God something?
God. What the
Smacked.
fuck? No, not Godsmack.
No, it's
God.
Godhead.
Godhead. I think their song also is like another one that stands out for me from this soundtrack.
Yeah.
But like this band definitely stood out for me. At least this song did for sure. Like I think it's a good song.
Gotcha.
I didn't really think too much of like the lyrics and how they when it fell into the movie and such. But I like the song. It's a good song.
Okay. Hondro, thoughts on "Before I'm Dead" by Kidney Thieves?
You're a good song. It's pretty good.
It's like-
Fucking rude.
It's a good ender to the movie, and it's not bad. I don't think I've made it this far in the soundtrack, but yeah, no, I could see why you're like, what else does this band do? Because it's not bad. I've heard some stuff similar to this that I can't even remember the name, like Antimatter or something. But yeah,
Gotcha.
it's a good.
yeah.
All right.
Drums and just-
Rudy, thoughts on Kidney Thieves with "Before I'm Dead"?
For me, it was a skip on this song. Nothing memorable whatsoever.
It's the last song on the track. On the
Yeah,
record.
usually I feel like the last song is like somewhat like memorable or it leaves some sort of impression. This was like, why is this even on here? For me, at least.
Okay.
Yeah,
I feel like this was filler.
at the end.
Well, I'm glad that they left it for the end.
That's what I'm saying. Like, out of all places, like, I don't know. I guess.
I mean, I like this song. It's not the best song on the soundtrack. It fits with the movie. Like when you're watching the movie, it does fit with like the flow because there's a very specific look to the ending. So it does fit that. I mean, I've heard this song many times. It's not a metal song. Like it's an industrial song. That's what it is. It's industrial. Yeah. I mean, it's all right. It's cool. It's a good song.
Gets
I like
the
it.
job done.
You know, it's definitely a decent ending to the soundtrack, for sure. Like I wish that they did like Rudy. I wish they ended like on a higher note, but for me, it's like it's a decent ending. It's like all right, whatever. We fucked. Now you can go home. I'm gonna go eat my eggs.
I'm gonna go eat my egg.
I'm gonna go eat my sandwich. All right, guys. So, overall thoughts on the soundtrack?
I like the soundtrack. I'll, for at least one song, I'll always prefer the JD version over, the soundtrack version, just because I feel I don't know, like I feel like he was emotionally invested.
Yeah.
Like, because there's a difference between, you know, being invested. Be like, hey, Warner Brother, you know, they go there like, JD, we want you to do the soundtrack for this. Do
Yeah.
it, please. Where he was like, you know, it was more like, you know, he was emotionally invested in it. He wanted it to be, you know, as perfect, well, as to match the movie as the you know, as the songs.
Gotcha.
So it's like it was really well done.
Yeah.
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 Sure, were there some, you know, misses? Yeah, but I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
So, I mean, overall, I think it's a great soundtrack to the movie. Like, it does pair really well together.
Yeah.
So, you know, not much to say other than it's a good soundtrack.
Got you. Handro, please give us one of your infamous, ridiculous, nonsensical ratings
Ridiculous.
off of your unspoken about rating chart.
Yes. We have discussed this album soundtrack, and this is definitely like a fucking, I'd say like an 8.2. Like, there's enough good shit in there where you could just like devour it and shuffle it, and there's enough, maybe like 3 songs. I don't really care about 4 songs actually, including the Papa Roach one.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, what do you mean 8.2? There's like a lot of shit songs, you know? But I think what is like the first half is so good enough that it's like worth re-listening to, and it makes up for the lack.
I can see that.
So I think it's a really strong fucking first couple songs.
Yeah, like
At least for me. Actually,
like,
I was
I guess
listening.
the musicianship is there.
Music-
or the writing
musicianship,
is there. The writing.
The
is
writing,
Yeah.
the fucking mood. It's just, ooh, I just want to, you know, when you're in a certain mood, you just want to fucking bust this soundtrack out, you know, or at least
there.
the
Very
first
true.
half.
Very
Yeah.
true.
So
All right. Rudy, thoughts on the soundtrack?
That was a really good soundtrack. It really complemented the movie. It set the mood. It kept the mood going, and I mean, I've listened to it over and over multiple times. So obviously, it aged pretty well.
Cool.
I would say too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
All right. Yeah, I've always loved the soundtrack. I think that this soundtrack is better than most bands like First Records. When you look at the soundtrack, yeah, there's the 5 songs that Jonathan wrote for the soundtrack, but look at the bangers. Like, you got, like, we can talk about Down with the Sickness being played out by this point, sure.
Mhm.
This is fucking 2002. Like, that song had been out for a year.
Yeah.
And having that song, having Cold, Static X,
Mhm.
I would argue Dead Cell too. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of that song, but I
That's a
think
good
that
one.
if you're gonna pick a Papa Roach song for this album, that's the song. Like, if you just want Papa Roach to be on the album, I think that would be the song to add. I think Body Crumbles by Dry Cell, I think it works too for the album. So, you know, there's some legit bangers on here. I don't mind the Trixie song Excess either.
Mm.
So yeah, I mean, I love this record, and I think that there's a reason why people have still gravitated towards it after all these years. I think, like, man, I really wish Jonathan would have just wrote 5 more songs, and we would have just had like a straight up Jonathan Davis like solo record, you know, just for the Queen of the Damned soundtrack, because it is that fucking good.
yeah.
Mhm.
I really wish we got 5 more, just 5 more, just 5 more.
Come on,
you know?
JD.
And we would all be like, yeah, what about the Jonathan
Mhm.
Davis soundtrack, you know, instead
That
of
would have
the,
been cool,
the
dude.
Queen of the Damned soundtrack.
No, yeah.
To have just spend more time in
Mhm.
this.
It just
Yeah.
sucks that just like the logistics of it just wouldn't allow him to sing because he was I forget who they were signed to.
He was signed to Sony.
Sony, and then Warner Bros. Like, no, you can't use his voice.
No, Sony said that he couldn't be on the physical soundtrack.
Yeah,
Yeah, he could only be in the movie.
yeah, and that's just that sucks.
Yeah, stupid.
Yeah.
Fucking
Stupid.
big ass corporations always
Mhm.
ruining the good shit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah, I really wish we would have got that. But the cool thing is it's such a collaboration between musicians.
Mhm.
There's
Oh, no,
so
yeah.
much going on. It does make you appreciate how far metal went into the mainstream, because this is such like a mainstream movie. Like, this is not no fucking underground, you know,
Mhm.
horror movie. Like, this was Warner Brothers, you know.
Yeah.
And the fact that they got these guys who still have a name for themselves in music, and guys like we look up to, be a part of the creation of this album was fucking, it's awesome, you know. And then
Mhm.
this sound, I believe this soundtrack definitely got a lot of people into metal music, or became a lot of people's like kind of like gateways, or
Yeah.
either like a stamp,
Stepping
like
stone.
a stepping stone or influenced their taste, because there's industrial, there's rock, there's metal on the soundtrack. I think that this soundtrack is one of the big pieces of music that influenced where metal is today, as far as like all the synths, the embracing electronics, embracing industrial and dance music, embracing a more gothic aesthetic into metal. I think this soundtrack definitely played a big role. I'm not saying it was this was the moment, but it definitely kind of like, we're going that way, guys. Like, this is where we're going, you know. I think it's pretty cool to look back on 22 years later. Son of a bitch.
Jesus.
Old.
All right, guys.
Damn.
So we hope you guys enjoyed our revisitation
We really do.
of the Queen of the Damned soundtrack. What did you guys think? Let us know. If you guys are listening on Spotify, follow us. Leave us 5 stars. If you guys are following us, subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts. Leave us a rating and review. Our resident rating and reviewer, Alberto Lafargo, will rate and review your rating and review. You guys can follow Metalology on Instagram at Metalology Podcast. You guys can follow me at Anthony_7string. Follow our band, Defy the Tyrants, at Defy the Tyrants. Rudy, take it away.
You can follow me as the one who knocks on Instagram. The O's are zeros and underscore after every word.
You can find me at metal_Jandro, JANDRO.
You like how he woke up from the dead for that? You guys can follow me.
Follow me. I'm Lestat.
Let's stop. And you can follow me at slap_the bass.
All right, guys. We'll catch you guys on the next episode of Metalology.